Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is face.
Face?
Face.
Oh, it's yours?
Face. F-A-C-E.
Oh, you spell, too, huh?
You bet your life. It's Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood and brought to you by the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America, who invite you to see and drive the delightful, lovely DeSoto for 1956.
The time has come, it's very clear. The car you wanted is really here. It's delightful, it's lovely, it's DeSoto. You'll understand the reasons why. For once you drive it, you want to buy. It's delightful, it's lovely, it's DeSoto.
And now, here he is, the one, the only...
Well. Here I am again with $2,000 for one of our couples, and if any of them say the secret word, this duck will fly down and pay him $101. We've added a little money on account of the other shows now, you know. Arrivederci, duck. Arrivederci. George, arrivederci to you, too.
Yes, well...
You know what that means?
Goodbye? Or
I guess so, or hello.
Go in good health or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Groucho...
It's like Auf Wiedersehen in Spanish.
Yeah. Arrivederci. Groucho, would you like to meet these people we have waiting back here?
Not particularly, no.
Well,
I don't see that I have much choice in the matter.
Would you come in, please? This is Odette.
Welcome to You Bet Your
Cado.
Life. What is it?
Cado. This is Odette Nasir Cado.
Say the secret word and you'll divide $101. It's a common word, something you always have with you. Odette and Nasir Cado, eh? Well, this is obviously fraudulent, but Odette, I'll start with you. Where are you from?
Lebanon.
Lebanon? That's in Pennsylvania. I played there one night stand.
No, Lebanon in the Middle East.
The Middle East. And how long have you been married to this chap over here?
Married? He's my brother.
Brother? Well, this changes my entire attitude. I was beginning to dislike him, but now I think he's a charming fellow. As a matter of fact, he sort of grows on you. Could you give us some idea of what Nassau means in English?
Victor. Victor.
Victor?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you let him talk? He's your brother, not your husband, you know.
Well,
Do you always do the talking for the two of you?
Because I know a little better English than you do. So that's why I do the talking myself.
You know better English than he do, huh? Well, you didn't prove it that time, kid. Well, that's very interesting. If he's out with a beautiful girl and she asks him for a kiss, he says romantically, wait till I call my sister. What kind of work did you do in Lebanon?
Everything.
Everything. What did he do?
He's a musician, first of all.
A musician, first of all? And what does he after that?
And what?
Butcher.
A musician and a butcher? Well, how did you miss our orchestra, huh? There isn't a week that our boys don't slaughter some classic. Huh? They're the only group I know who can play Brahms' Lullaby and make it sound like Rock Around the Clock. Well, tell us something about the romantic customs in your country. Are they much different than in America?
Yeah, not exactly like here.
No, well, tell us
The difference.
how a fellow courts a girl in Lebanon.
وكيف بلبنان عنا بالعجوب. He said there in Lebanon, you can't take a girl out without taking her family with him.
You all go out together? That runs into money if you go to Disneyland or someplace like that. What are you two doing in this country?
Well, I'm entertainer, singer.
You're an entertainer? Oh.
And my brother is a musician.
Well, I mean, what kind of entertainer do you wear? Do you wear a bikini or something?
No, I sing.
You sing?
Mm-hmm.
In a bikini?
No, I sing with a dress.
Oh. Well, and you're a musician? What do you play besides a meat cleaver?
Oud.
Out?
It's oud. It's something like
Well,
a
you'll
guitar.
be out in a few minutes, but what do you play?
Oud. It's something like guitar or like a mandolin.
Well, could you give us a little sample of a Lebanese song?
I would like very much, but if we can get the oud, I think.
You have your oud with
Yes.
you?
Everywhere we go,
I didn't
we
notice
take
it when you walked in.
every place we go.
You got an oud here?
Yes.
Well, you stay here and entertain the audience. I'll get your oud.
My brother will get it, don't worry.
Oh, I thought it was a watermelon. Well, okay, kids. Fire away, huh? Well, jump in already, huh?
الليلة 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 سهرتنا حلوة الليلة 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 سهرتنا حلوة الليلة 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 سهرتنا حلوة الليلة 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 سهرتنا حلوة الليلة
Well, kids, that was wonderful. And Odette, your voice thrilled me. You made this old geezer wish just for the night he was a young Lebanese, huh? And now you're both nice kids, and I wish you both the best of luck in America. However, I assume you'd like to win a lot of money, wouldn't you? Do you both understand how to play this game?
Well, I think I do a little bit, but he doesn't know.
No. Well,
I need some help.
You need some help,
Mhm.
huh? Well,
And I think I got...
should I get somebody from the audience? Do you
Yeah.
have any friends in the
I
audience?
got my cousin is there.
Cousin?
Hasib Kado.
Where?
Someplace here. Come over.
Would you stand up, please, and come down there and bring your knowledge with you? Well, his name is the same as yours, the last name,
Yes.
huh?
But he's
All
my
right.
cousin.
All right, well, we let the three of you guess, huh? We're very liberal here.
All of you step right in, though,
Yeah.
so there we are.
Well, you selected London,
London,
Paris, and Rome as your category. You understand that?
That's very easy.
These are questions on the three major European capitals. Let's see what you know about them. And remember, the more the questions were, the harder it is.
The birr, huh?
Start with 80.
Okay.
$80? All right. What is the name of the London street that is synonymous with journalism and newspaperdom? Very famous street in London.
Die landofficiële
Maybe that's not I need.
Well, you don't know?
Piccadilly.
No, it's Fleet Street. It's a very well-known street. Do you have any other cousins in the audience?
I guess he's gone.
Is this the only one you got out
She
there?
does need a lot more.
Huh?
She needs a lot more.
Is there another one out there?
Yes, I guess he's gone.
Well, bring him up. Where is she? Bring her. Where's the daughter? Come on up, kid. Huh?
You sure about that?
Yeah. Probably the whole audience is named Caddo tonight.
By the way, you have $50 left, however.
Yes, you have $50 left. You talk to them, and I'm casing this as it's coming up here. I'm off to Lebanon in the morning, huh?
Yeah. If you'd step in here,
Okay.
and you here, and we'll sort of, you fellas can stand.
Now, all right. Now, what are you going to go for? 60 or 100, 20? Or... Huh?
60.
60, huh? What is the name of the most famous cathedral of Paris? Another cousin wanted.
Saint Peter?
Well, it's Notre Dame, huh?
Well, you lost half your 50. You now have $25.
Yeah.
I think if you...
You're going to wind up with about 3 cents apiece, I think. All right, now what are you going to go for? 50? Okay, the city of London is situated on both sides of what river? Huh? That's right, the Thames. We call it the Thames.
Well, you now have $75.
Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. Now, what are you going to go for? 40, 90, 20, huh? 40? All right. The remains of an ancient amphitheater where gladiatorial contests were held still stands in Rome. What is the name of this arena? Probably the most famous arena in the whole world. It's in Rome.
I don't know the name. I've seen it, but I don't remember the name.
Is there an uncle in the audience?
Oh, no more.
It's the Colosseum.
And you wind up with $37.50.
Well, thanks and good luck from the
Thank
DeSoto
you.
Plymouth dealers. Sorry you didn't win more, huh?
bet.
Goodbye.
It's here now. The quickest, smoothest, easiest method of drive selection ever invented. revolutionary new push-button driving. It's a precisely engineered mechanical system that gives you fast, sure control. And the great new DeSoto for 1956 has it. To put the car in any gear range, just push a button.
You'll understand the reasons why. For once you drive it, you want to buy. It's delightful, it's the lovely, it's DeSoto.
And DeSoto is the medium-priced car that offers you push-button driving. Treat yourself to a real thrill. Drive the great new DeSoto tomorrow. And to give the whole family the thrill of their lives, consider a new DeSoto for Christmas. So start living tomorrow. Drive a DeSoto before you decide. And now, Groucho, I'd like you to meet Miss Marjorie Glass and Mr. Russell Sharp. So, folks, would you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Well, welcome for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Say the secret word and you'll divide $101. It's a common word, something you always have with you. Marjorie Glass and Russell Sharp. Glass and Sharp. Well, there may be a few cutting remarks before we're through here. Huh? And your name is Russell Sharp. Huh?
That's right.
Where are you from?
Burb, Wisconsin, Ringling Brothers home.
Ringling Brothers?
Home, yeah.
Oh. What sort of work do you do, Mr. Sharp?
I'm a hobo.
Come again?
I'm a hobo.
You're a hobo? Well, I'm glad to meet you because I'm a bum, huh? Well, actually, you don't look like a hobo. What is the difference between a bum and a hobo?
A bum won't work, and a hobo will work occasionally. It's kind of a mental complex there. You pick a little stake up and then look for the green to ride and move on to the next place.
You don't sound like a hobo. You're an unusually articulate fellow. Do you realize that, is this some more of the travel that you've done?
No, I managed about 30 years ago to give myself a college education.
Well, a college education can make a bum out of anybody. Well, how about traveling, Russ? I presume you hobos travel light. What do you get by with? Just a steamer trunk and a couple of suitcases?
Well, we're generally standing right in the middle of our wardrobe.
I see. In other words, if a strange dog takes a bite out of your trousers, you just head for a warmer climate.
You had it.
Well, do hobos still ride under trains, or are you riding under airplanes these days?
Well, you're still riding on the trains.
Well, how are the accommodations? What is it like in a lower Pullman?
Well,
do they have uppers and lowers under the train?
Well, you kind of pick your spot. Boxcar, gondola, flat car. Ride the tops. You ride facing into the end of the locomotive so that the window will go up and...
Wait a minute. You said the secret word, which is face, so you get $50.50, and your partner gets $50.50. Now, Marjorie, what sort of work do you do?
Well, I'm a gourmet.
You're a gourmet?
I'm a writer and a lecturer.
Is that so? Well, that's a coincidence. I'm a gourmet, too. I'm crazy about hominy grits and sow belly. What do you mean you write about food and drink? Do you write menus?
No, I've just written a gourmet dictionary. It's called How to Be Gourmet Wise. It's a guide to happy eating.
Oh, well, what do you think of the eating habits of the people in this country? How do we compare with the continental chowhounds?
Well, America is blessed with the most abundant variety of food in the whole world, but the people are really the worst nourished. That's because people eat too fast and they don't season their cooking. But I think...
What would you consider an exceptional meal as a gourmet? And don't worry about prices, since we're only pretending.
Well, let's start out with a pâté de foie gras. We could have homard.
Would you mind explaining that to the audience? What is a pâté foie gras?
Goose liver.
Goose liver. Right?
And then we could have homard on our speak, that's a lobster. And then we have maybe a famous French dish called the national dish, gigot d'agneau, that's leg of lamb.
Oh, I thought that was a movie actor. Huh?
And then we could have crème épinards à la crème, that's minced spinach with cream.
Oh, I thought that was a racehorse.
And the pomme de terre à nut, that's the scalloped potatoes.
Pumpernickel with what, did you say?
Pomme de terre à nut.
Oh.
And then we should have, by this time, we could have our
By this
salad.
time, we should have a stomach pump.
And first, we should have a wonderful wine. Let's have champagne.
Yeah, okay. That's champagne for everybody.
And then we can have...
And you expect the average American housewife to cook this every night?
What was the special occasion, you
When
know?
she's in the movies in the afternoon, she rushes home at 6 o'clock and fixes this for her husband?
Well, it'll take all day to make it.
Well, you're not going to get the average American housewife to do this. They open up a can of corned beef hash and some baked beans.
If you're a gourmet, you can make corned beef hash taste good, too.
How do you do that?
Well, you could just use your imagination.
Oh, and don't use the hash at all. Well, you're an interesting couple, and I hope you win a lot of money tonight. And you're all ready to play You Bet Your Life?
That's right.
You know the rules of the game?
That's right.
In the race for the $2,000, the first couple won $37.50. And the secret word is face.
Okay, here we go. This is a dictionary quiz. And remember, the more the question is worth, the harder it is. Now, what do you want to start with? Anything from 10 to 100.
$50.
$50? What do you call the art or profession of preparing and stuffing animals?
Taxidermy.
That's right. Taxidermy is right.
Well, off to a good start. You have $150.
Now, to avoid confusion, I'd like you to discuss the answer and give me one answer between you because she may have an alternate answer. What are you going to go for? 50, 60, 70? 70?
70.
All right. For $70, what does the word purloin mean? P-U-R-L-O-I-N.
Steel.
Steel is right.
You now have $220.
Now, what are you going to go for? 80? 40?
80.
80? What does the word reiterate mean?
Repeat.
That's right. To say over again, to repeat.
You now have $300.
He's going to leave here in a Pullman in a lower drawing room. Here's your last chance to beat the other couple.
$100.
For $100, what is the word for goods deliberately cast overboard to lighten a vessel in distress?
$100.
When a vessel is in trouble.
Salvage. Ballast.
Ballast.
No, I'm sorry. It's, I was rooting for you. It's jetsam.
Well, they wound up with $150.
Well, that's more than you came in with, isn't it? Well, thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. And you also got $50.50 in the secret word. Thank you.
Well, Groucho, just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected Mrs. Marjorie Kuntz to be on the show, and her partner is Mr. Geza DeRosner. So, folks, you
we
can
got
please
some dillies here tonight, huh? Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and divide $101. You each get $50.50. It's a common word, something you always have with you. Now, Marjorie Kuntz, I'll start with you. Where are you from, Marjorie?
I'm from Tyler, Texas, Groucho.
From Tyler, Texas? Well, you're a very good advertisement for the Lone Star State.
Thank you.
Are you married or single?
I'm married.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. You're Mr., let's see, Geza DeRosner, huh?
That's right. Giza.
Yeah, well, that's obviously a phony name, but what kind of a name is it? Huh?
It's a Hungarian name.
Oh, Hungarish, huh? What part of Tennessee are you from, Giza?
It's from a small town in Hungary called Nagykörmete,
Oh.
the west side of the country.
That isn't Lebanon, huh?
No, that is a small town on my father's estate.
Oh, and your father's estate? Who was your father, the king, or did he just own a string of do-it-yourself laundries?
No, he was a general of the Hungarian army called Baron Kálmán de Rózsa.
Oh, well, you're a real blue blood, eh, Geezer? Too bad we aren't on colored television there. Huh? You could make a small cut in your finger and be a sensation. Well, are you a baron or a count or a duke?
Well, I was a baron when I came to this country. I dropped the title.
Oh. Now, Marjorie, are you a housewife or do you have a job?
No, I work for the Firestone Tire and Rubber Company.
No. Well, what do they manufacture?
Well, different types of tires and miscellaneous airplane parts.
What kind of tires do you make, Marjorie?
I don't make tires. I
What?
make airplane parts.
What kind of work do you do?
Well, we use different little implements, including large scissors, and we pull stock from rollers. And then we have patterns.
what?
We pull the stock from rollers.
What do you mean, rollers?
Well, they're huge rollers that the stock is rolled on. Then you pull it off and lay it onto a table, and then you have your pattern, and you just cut around it.
Mm-hmm. You do that all day?
Yes.
And what part of the airplane does it go on when it's finally completed?
You got me, I don't know.
You sit there all day cutting out rubber dolls and you don't know what you're doing.
I just do what I'm told.
Well, where does all this rubber come from, do you know?
Why, sure. It comes out of the warehouse.
You certainly have the facts at your fingertips. How do you like your job, Marjorie?
I think it's the greatest.
You do, huh?
You learn something new every day.
Well, I guess you do. Apparently it has nothing to do with rubber tires. Well, I've certainly enjoyed this little peek into a major industry. You know, this is really the strength of our economy. It's the highly skilled technician, armed to the teeth with that old American scientific know-how that keeps our factories moving and humming. I'm not moving an inch tonight until I double-check every tire on my car. Well, Geezer, let's get back to you for a minute, huh? I've seen movies of noblemen, you know, kissing women's hands, bending over. Do they still do that over in Europe, or is that strictly a Hollywood conception of foreign courtliness?
No, it's being done, and it's a practice in Hungary.
Oh. You get a lot of practice in Hungary at that?
Well,
Marjorie, would you mind sticking out your mitt? Let's see how it works. Go ahead, Geese. Give her a smooch on the Duke.
Properly?
Marjorie, you've now been kissed on the hand by a real blown-in-the-bottle Hungarian baron. And my advice to you is, count all your fingers. Well, how'd you like it, Marjorie? Did you prefer it to our pedestrian way?
Oh, personally, I like that American way.
Well, the Hungarians kiss the same as we do. Only they just like to spend a lot of time browsing around in the outskirts. Let's go ahead. We'll go ahead with the quiz now, all right? You're going to play You Bet Your Life. You both know the rules?
Well,
In the race for the $2,000, the second couple leads with $150.
You selected the color category, is that right? All of these colors are used in common expressions. Now, let's see if you can identify them.
We'll take the $100 one.
The $100 one. What is the expression involving a color that means an ordinance prohibiting sporting events or theatrical performances on Sunday? It's some kind of a law.
no, but it's a good as guess as any.
What is it?
We're going to gas blackball.
No. It's blue law. All right, now you still got a ways to go.
You still have $50, too.
Now, what are you going to go for this time?
90?
90. What is the expression involving a color that is the name of a vigorous dance popular in the 1920s?
Black. Black bottom.
Black bottom is right. Now,
You climbed. You now have $140.
I will go for next one, 80.
80?
80.
What is the expression involving a color that means a memorable day? A memorable day in your life. What kind of a day?
I would say that I painted the town red.
Now, what is the name of the day?
A pink day.
No. It's a red letter day.
Oh.
Well,
That's, you now have $70.
All right, you're going to go for 70?
Sure.
Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. What is the expression involving a color that means brains or intellect? What do they call them?
gray cells.
Oh, boy.
Well, that's close enough. It's gray matter, but gray cells, we'll give it to you anyhow.
And you wind up with $140.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
Thank you very much.
That means that Miss Glass and Mr. Sharp with $150 in just 1 minute get the chance at the $2,000 question. Have you seen the delightful, lovely DeSoto for 1956? It's delightful to drive, lovely to see, because it's designed for the super highway age. With great new power, up to 255 horsepower, sensational new driving convenience, push-button driving, and outstanding new beauty. The new Forward Look for 1956. Listen to Fran Warren.
The time has come, it's very clear. The car you've wanted is really here. It's delightful, it's the lovely, it's DeSoto. You'll understand the reasons why. For once you drive it, you'll want to buy. It's delightful, it's the lovely, it's DeSoto. You can tell at a glance that this swell car is far in advance. You can hear that great big engine murmuring low. Raring to go, so make sure you see and drive the new DeSoto. Why, man alive, it's delightful, it's the lovely, it's delirious, it's the living, and it's the latest, it's the limit, it's the lux, it's DeSoto.
Now, Groucho, here's Miss Glass and Mr. Sharp all set for the $2,000 question.
Right back here.
For $2,000, I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you. Think carefully and please no help from the audience. One of the first Americans to gain an international reputation as a man of letters was the author of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow and other works. For $2,000, who was this author? Who wrote Sleepy Hollow? Talk it over. I hope so. All right, what is the answer you two have decided upon?
Irving Washington.
What is
Irving.
Washington Irving is right, huh? Well, judging from the reaction of this audience, that's a very popular victory, Russell. You win $2,000, and how much in the quiz, George?
$150 in the quiz.
And the secret word?
Right, yeah.
How much is that all, George?
Oh, I wasn't keeping track, as a matter of fact.
Go over it lightly.
It's $2,251 because he held up a blackboard down there.
Did he? Well, congratulations from the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America. You bet your life.
Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at this same time for the Groucho Marx Show, when the big question will be worth $1,000. Don't miss the Chrysler Corporation's big TV show on another network. And don't forget Groucho's television show, also brought to you by the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America, who invite you to visit your neighborhood showroom tomorrow to see and drive the delightful, the lovely DeSoto for 1956.
And when you drive in, tell them Groucho sent you. Good night, folks, and remember, it's delightful, it's the lovely, it's DeSoto.
Folks, here's a reminder from the National Safety Council. Do not rely on drivers seeing you on poorly lighted streets or in roadways at night. Carry a flashlight, wear light-colored or reflective clothing, or carry something white or reflective. You Bet Your Life, transcribed from Hollywood, is produced by John Goodell. Directed by Robert Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jack Meakin. This is George Fenneman signing off for the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America. You Bet Your Life is heard by our armed forces throughout the world. Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is sign. S-I-G-N.
What is it?
Sign.
That's sing, isn't it? S-I-G-N?
S-I-G-N is sign. Oh. That much I'm sure of so far.
Okay, I was just checking to see if you were alive, huh?
You bet your life. It's Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood and brought to you by the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America. who invite you to see and drive the delightful, lovely DeSoto for 1956.
The time has come, it's very clear. The car you wanted is really here. It's delightful, it's the lovely, it's DeSoto. You'll understand the reasons why. For once you drive it, you want to buy. It's delightful, it's the lovely, it's DeSoto.
And now, here he is, the one, the only...
One of nature's noblemen. Oh, that's me. Well, here I am again with $1,000 for one of our couples, and if any of them say the secret word, the duck will fly down and pay them $100, $101. Now, what were you saying?
Well, Groucho...
You haven't been saying anything.
No, I was waiting.
Even when you're talking.
Groucho, how'd you
You're
like...
a fine-looking fellow, Joe.
Groucho, Mrs...
I get a lot of fan mail about you.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. They want me to get Don Wilson.
Groucho, I think we better go on. Mrs. Martha Box and Mr. Thurman Wade are waiting to talk to you.
Oh.
So, folks, you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Well, welcome for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. You say the secret word, you'll divide $101. It's a common word, something you see every day. Now, leave us see here. Mrs. Martha Box and Mr. Thurman Wade. Mr. Wade, we ought to get along swimmingly, huh?
Up to our ears.
Yes. Oh, I see. Where are you from, Wade, Thurman?
I'm from a small town in Virginia,
Oh.
Martinsville.
Oh.
It's in the foothills of the Blue Ridge. It's a small manufacturing town.
Can you sing that song about the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia?
I could.
Well, could you sing a few bars of it? In the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. No. Well, why did you leave Virginia? On account of this song I just sang?
No, I joined the Navy, and I haven't been back to live except for a short period since.
Well, is there a Navy in Virginia?
No, we're, being on the Atlantic coast, we're part of the United States Navy there.
Oh, I didn't know that. Are you married?
Yes, I have a wife.
Getting some very careful answers from Thurman there. And you're Martha Box?
Yes, that's right.
Do you have any little packing cases at home?
No, unfortunately, I don't.
You don't, huh? Where are you from, Martha?
I'm from Reykjavik, Iceland.
You're from Iceland?
Yes.
Well, shiver my timbers. I'm freezing already.
Oh, it isn't so cold.
Do the people live in igloos in Iceland?
No, actually, it's a very modern town. It's,
You're not an Eskimo, huh?
No, I don't think I'm any relation, actually, to them. No. We're of Nordic descent.
And you're single?
No, I'm married.
Oh, you're married.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how'd you meet your husband, Martha? Is he an Icelander, too, or is he just a polar bear?
No, he was an officer in the Air Force during the war.
Oh. Now, what did your husband say to you when he proposed? Do you remember?
I don't recall that he said anything. I remember he gave me a ring, and I just said yes.
He gave you a... What do you mean? Did he call you on the telephone?
No. We were coming home from a dance.
You were coming home from a dance?
Mm-hmm.
And that's all there was to it? He gave you the ring?
That's all there was to it.
He didn't say, will you marry me, or do you
love
me?
No, I don't remember it, and I cannot pin him down either. He can't
has
remember
he ever
it
said
either.
that he loves you?
Oh, yes.
I'm just curious.
Oh, yeah. All the time.
No. All the time? Doesn't he ever say when is dinner ready or anything?
No, usually I'm the one who says dinner is ready.
Huh? Who's been using my toothbrush? You just keep saying all day long, I love you?
No.
That can get pretty dreary after a while, can it?
We talk about books, and we talk about a little bit about science, and we read poetry. We do a lot of things.
That's nice. You have a very idyllic existence. Mr. Wade, what kind of work do you do now that you've left the Virginia Navy?
Well, I'm still with the Navy, however, in a civilian capacity.
Oh, and what is your capacity? About 2 quarts?
A couple of jiggers.
Oh.
I'm a training supervisor of civilian employees at the Long Beach, California Naval Shipyard. Evenings, I teach speed reading at Long Beach City College.
Speed reading?
Yes.
Well, you mean you teach people to read faster?
That's just about the sum of it.
Oh, I should think just getting people to read at all would be an achievement.
That often is.
Well, What is the normal speed for reading? I can read a billboard going 60. Is that about par? I mean, if it's just one word on it, I mean.
The adults with whom I work, starting reading speed is about 235 words a minute.
235? Well, that sounds like a lot of words to me. How fast do you read?
Well, it depends on the material, Groucho. You shift gears.
Well, let's say it was the Kinsey report. Slowly. Yeah.
I have been tested at about 6,120 words a minute.
Is that RPM, revolutions?
Words per minute, WPM.
Oh. I didn't know there were 6,000 words. How do you explain the fact you can read so much faster than the average dolt?
You probably haven't met the average dolt. However...
You have. You may not be aware of it, but you have.
Well, he didn't identify himself as such.
Well, I thought you would gather it by this time.
But this reading thing is a matter of training.
It is, huh?
Even you could learn to read faster.
You mean I could read 1,000 words a minute?
Easily.
That's impossible. I can't read at all now. Well, how do you teach people to read faster? Do you touch a match to the top of the page?
No. I haven't tried that. I might. You teach them to see more in a
That's
short...
known as a literary hotfoot.
Teach them to see more in a shorter period of time to...
You keep mentioning Seymour. Is that a friend of yours?
As in S-double-E.
Oh. Well, go on with this. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You teach them to see more in a shorter period of time and teach them to understand what they see, not to stumble over these unfamiliar words.
I see. How long would it take you to read, let's say, Tolstoy's War and Peace? That's over 1,000 pages.
Oh, that'd probably take an hour and a half.
Well, how do you know you could read it that fast?
Well, I've read similar books. I read, I think, From Here to Eternity in about 54 minutes.
Mm-hmm. I read Photoplay magazine the other night, and it took me 3 hours and 10 minutes. Simon, you ought to be a whiz at our quiz game, and here's a good chance to find out. Remember, we start you off with $100, and if you miss a question, you lose half of your bankroll. Is that clear? And you have one answer between you, and don't anybody shout out until you discuss it with your partner. You selected science and medicine. Remember, the more the question is worth, the harder it is. Now, what do you want to start with? 50, 60,
Shoot
80,
the works.
100? Dr. William Röntgen's contribution to science and medicine is in everyday use. The name is spelled R-O-E-N-T-G-E-N. What did Röntgen discover?
X-rays.
That is right. That's right, X-rays.
And you now have $200.
Now you have $200. What are you going to go for?
$90.
$90? What is the most malleable of all metals?
Lead.
No. It says gold here.
Well, you lost half the 200. You still have $100.
All right. Now, don't get discouraged. You've got 2 more questions. You want to go for 80 now?
Yes.
What do you call the large veins on either side of the neck?
Jugular veins.
That's right. Jugular veins is right. Huh?
You now have $180.
Now, what are you going to go for? 70?
The latest says 70.
Okay. What do you call the force that impels matter outward from the center of rotation?
Centrifugal. Centrifugal. Yes. Centrifugal force.
Centrifugal force is right. You're a real smart guy.
And you wind up with $250.
Well, thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
Thank you, Groucho.
It's news, big news, and here's the headline. Sales of the delightful DeLovely DeSoto for 1956 have doubled. It's a great story of acceptance by the American people of this spectacular new car, the forward-look DeSoto. What's more, it means that now you can afford to move up to the DeSoto class. to this beautiful, powerful, modern car yourself. Here's why. Because sales have practically doubled, your DeSoto Plymouth dealer is able to offer you a terrific deal right now. Stop in at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers tomorrow and see for yourself how this success story brings the star of the medium price field into your price range. Stop in and get the feel of DeSoto's sensational push-button driving, tremendous takeoff power, its power steering and power brakes. For the best buy of 56, drive and price a DeSoto before you decide. Mrs. Carmen Altomari and Mr. Philip Schutz are waiting to talk to you, so folks, you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Say the secret word and divide $101. It's a common word. It's a common word, something you see every day. Mrs. Carmen Altomari, that's
Yes,
you.
sir.
Well, you're a fine-looking woman, Carmen.
Thank you.
Do you mind if I call you Carmen?
Not a bit.
You can call me Preferred. That's a stock market, Carmen and Preferred. How old are you, Carmen? And if you don't care to divulge this information, it's all right with me.
68, Groucho.
68?
Yes, sir.
Wow, you're a very young-looking 68.
Thank you for the compliment.
Where are you from, Carm?
I'm from Italy. And
You're from where?
From Italy.
You're from
Campobasso?
Italy?
Yes.
How long have you been married, Carmen?
And a few days I'm going to be at the Golden Wedding Anniversary.
Golden wedding?
Yes, sir.
That's wonderful. Do you have anything to show for the last 50 years?
I got 5 children.
5 children, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, stick around, Carmen. I'll be back. Right now, I'd like to talk to this gentleman here. I hope you don't think I accidentally ignored you. I really did it deliberately.
Just relaxing.
Yes. You're Philip Schutz?
That's right, Groucho.
You don't mind my snide remarks? do
No,
you?
no, Groucho, no.
I know you wouldn't. What kind of work do you do?
Well, I'm a lawyer, Groucho.
A lawyer?
Yes, sir.
No wonder you don't care what I say. Right now, you've got enough witnesses for a $50,000 slander suit. With 2 pair of pants. What kind of a lawyer are you?
Well, I have a general practice in the 2 major fields of law, Groucho.
2 major fields? Well, what are the 2 major fields of law? Honest and crooked?
Groucho, criminal and civil law.
That's what I said, honest and crooked. Well, when you practice criminal law, do you keep a civil tongue in your head?
Sometimes it's expedient, Groucho. No.
Well, what makes a successful lawyer, in your opinion, Philip?
Well, I think it's a combination of preparation, patience, perseverance, and wealthy clients.
You're a very practical man, Philip.
We try to.
Are they still wealthy after you get through representing them?
Well, that is a matter of opinion, Groucho.
I mean, there's a difference of opinion between you and the client.
Frequently.
Well, you both know how to play this crooked game that we're going to foister on you, huh?
I've heard something about it.
Yes, now you're partners, and remember, we want one answer between you.
In the race for the $1,000, the first couple won $250, and the secret word is sign.
Now, you selected a dictionary quiz, and you ought to be pretty good at this.
May I consult with my partner?
Yes, you certainly can.
Partner, how about, say...
You're the boss, Felipe.
I'm going to go $100.
Yes, you go to $100.
For $100?
You're the boss.
That's what I said.
Okay, what is the word meaning a hater of mankind?
It's a hedonist.
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's misanthrope.
You're correct.
Cynic, misanthrope.
You now have $50.
All right, don't get discouraged. You got 3
No.
more chances. You want to go for 90, 50, 60? What is it?
$90, Groucho.
What does the word obese mean?
Obese means...
O-B-E-S-E.
Means very fat.
That's right. Fat, stout. That's good. That's right. I like it.
You now have $140.
Now, what do you want to go for?
$80, Groucho.
$80.
Yes.
What is a talisman? And I don't mean the rose by that name.
A talisman is a medallion or a medal of some significance.
Well, all right. It's a good luck charm. I would say that's close enough.
You now have $220.
Yeah, now what are you going to go for? 70?
$70 is satisfactory.
If maternal means pertaining to a mother, what is the word that means pertaining to a brother?
Fraternal.
Fraternal is right.
And you wind up with $290.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
Groucho, just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected Mrs. Sylvia Feldman to be on the show, and her partner is Mr. A. Purvis Pullen. So, folks, you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and divide $101. It's a common word, something you see every day. Sylvia Feldman, since we have to start someplace, I'll start with you. Where are you from, Sylvia?
New York City, but I've been here since 1940.
Oh. No, you're from New York, eh? Whereabouts in New York?
A little bit of every place in New York.
Oh, well, that's a nice part of New York, I think. It says here, I don't believe this, but it says here that your name is Purvis Pullen?
Yeah, A. Purvis Pullen.
A. Purvis. Well, that's an error, isn't it?
No, that's my real name.
Actually, that's your name?
Yeah, A. Purvis Pullen.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Well, that's ridiculous. There's nobody named A. Purvis Pullen. Let's take your name one hunk at a time. Now, what does the A stand for?
Well, the A stands for A.
You just A. You have no name at all. You're just an initial, is that it?
Uh-huh. A. Purvis. Uh-huh. They call me Perv for short.
Perv?
Perv, uh-huh.
How about Pullen? Does that stand for anything?
Well, Pullen is...
It's taffy, isn't it?
No, Pullen is an English name. It dates back to 1150.
That's toffee
AD.
in English, isn't it?
No, Pullen is in English, it means chicken. It's like the pullet. It means chicken, Pullen.
You're too tall for a chicken. You could be an ostrich. I don't see how you can... Can you cackle?
You mean make a noise like a chicken?
Cackle. Isn't that what cackle is? Huh?
Yeah, you can.
Huh?
Yeah. Want to try it?
Yeah, let's see you cackle, huh? Well, Purvis, that's magnificent. You could pass for a rooster without any trouble at all. Keep a sharp eye out, Purvis. You may wind up in a fricassee. It's a pretty hungry-looking crowd out there. What sort of work do you do, Purvis?
Well, I'm a toy salesman. That is, I'm the sales manager for the Schuko toys. They're little imports from Nuremberg, U.S.-owned Germany. And the company that I work for is the Sacker-Dietrich Company in San Clemente, California.
Oh. Well, when you open the door, what do? Do you cackle and say, "Here comes Pullen"?
Well, sometimes I do, but I just show my wares. I have little toys, and there's different kinds of toys, like for instance.
Is that any good?
Yeah, that's good. It's a rooster.
Well, yours wasn't a rooster, huh?
Mine was a hen.
It was a hen.
Yeah.
Huh? Well, how does it?
The rooster. That way it goes up.
Well, it's not much better than mine, huh?
No.
Well, Sylvia, let's find out some more things about you. Do you have a job, or are you busy keeping house?
I'm a party consultant, Groucho.
You're a party consultant?
That's right.
Which party do you consult, the Republicans or the Democrats? Huh?
I plan parties where people have fun.
Well, can't they do that without your help?
They can have the party, but they might not do it as correctly, and they'd have a great deal more anxiety if they did it themselves.
I see. Well, say I wanted to throw a real big party, someone around 310 pounds. No, some big party with about 100 kids, circus clowns, elephants, the works.
Yes, well, once we
I might even go
on...
as high as $20. Now, what would I get for my What would I get for my money?
For $20, you'd get a lot of conversation, but if you wanted to do it right, you'd have to spend about from $300 to $500.
You're kidding, aren't you?
No.
$500?
For 100 children.
I can get... Did I say 100 children?
That's what I thought you said.
That's $5 a head, huh? Well, Sylvia, you may not realize it, but will you cackle again for me? That's what your party is. It just laid an egg. But is that all you do, cackle like a chicken? I'm not, underemphasizing the importance of that.
Well,
appreciate it. I think it's a magnificent talent, but...
I as a child, I started imitating. I do about 375 birds, 75 animals, 14 snakes, and 5 insects.
Oh. Can you imitate a bee?
A bee? Yes, I can do a bumblebee.
Give us a bee. He even killed it for you, huh? Well, you certainly know a lot about the birds and the bees, Purvis. And what you've learned in the woods should come in pretty handy in the city. Can you trumpet like an elephant?
I can cackle like a gobble, like a turkey gobbler.
Well, that's hardly an elephant, but give us that. Isn't that wonderful, huh? Can you imitate any animals besides your husband, Sylvia?
No, but I can plan any parties that you'd want to have.
Well, you have a one-party mind, I can see that. Huh? Now, you both know how to play You Bet Your Life, huh? I presume you do.
In the race for the $1,000, the second couple leads with $290.
Now, you select the small towns and cities of the United States. I'm going to list 6 cities and towns, all in the same state, and you can tell me in what state they're located. Remember, the more the questions worth, the harder it is. Can you imitate any animals, George?
No, I wish I could.
Let's see you do a chicken.
I can't
do it. Well, try it. I did a rooster before.
I'm no good at these things.
Go on, tear loose.
It would sound about like that, I think.
Well, try it, huh?
What, which one do you want?
The rooster, the one I just did. Come on.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Of course it's ridiculous, and I'm not an imitator either, but the audience is hungry to hear you do a rooster. Now, come on. Tear loose with a rooster. You did fine. Many a rooster changes sex in the middle of the road. All right, now what do you want to start with, 10? I don't want you to think that I'm the only one up here with talent. He's loaded with talent, but he rarely gets an opportunity to display it, that's all. What are you going to start with, 10, 50, or 100, anything?
90.
$90. Here are the towns and cities. Now you tell me what state they're in. North Hero, Montpelier, Newfane, Rutland, Bennington, and Brattleboro. What state are they in? You want the cities again?
Yeah, name them again.
North Hero, Montpelier, Newfane, Rutland, Bennington, and Brattleboro. We don't know, guess. Well, there are 3 very well-known cities. There's Bennington, Brattleboro, and Rutland. It's Vermont. I'm surprised at you.
I think of the New England states.
You see, if it had been Rhode Island, you'd have been able to do it because you imitate a chicken, and that's where the Rhode Island Red comes from, huh?
Yeah. Well, you still have $50.
I used to know a communist in Providence up there. He was called the Rhode Island Red. That isn't true at all. I don't know any communist. Never saw one.
Okay.
What are you going to go for?
100.
100. Here are the towns and cities. West Kingston, East Greenwich, Manville, Pawtucket, Valley Falls, and Cranston. What is the state? Manville, East Greenwich, Greenwich, I guess it's pronounced, West Kingston, Pawtucket, Valley Falls, and Cranston.
New York?
Connecticut?
No, it's Rhode Island. You should have known that.
Well, you now have $25.
We're not doing too good.
No.
$80 you're going to go for?
Okay, 80.
Here are the towns and cities. Oskaloosa, Grinnell, Winterset, Mason City, and Waverly. What is the state?
Iowa.
That's right. Yeah.
You now have $105.
70? $70. And what state are these towns and cities? Tallulah, St. Bernard, New Iberia, Shreveport, Farmerville, and New Roads.
Oh, that's in Louisiana.
That's right. Louisiana is right.
And you wind up with $175.
Thanks, and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Did a fine job.
That means that Mrs. Altomare and Mr. Schutz, with $290 in just 1 minute, get the chance at the $1,000 question. Whether you're steering around a superhighway curve, maneuvering through traffic, or parking, if you're driving a new DeSoto, full-time power steering makes driving unbelievably easy. It does all the work of driving all the time. You have all the fun. DeSoto full-time power steering works even when you're standing still. Just try turning the wheels of a car with conventional steering when it's standing still, or even a 56 model with ordinary part-time power steering. See how much effort it takes. Then try DeSoto's full-time power steering. You'll see it makes driving unbelievably easy. And if you visit your DeSoto Plymouth dealers right now, you'll also see that he can afford to give you a terrific deal on whatever model DeSoto you choose to buy. The reason he can afford to give you a terrific deal is that DeSoto's sales this year have already doubled. See about your new DeSoto tomorrow.
So make sure you see and drive the new DeSoto. Why, man alive, it's delightful, it's the lovely, it's delirious, it's the living, and it's the latest, it's the limit, it's the lux, it's DeSoto.
Your DeSoto Plymouth dealer will be happy to have you test drive the delightful, the lovely DeSoto. See him about it tomorrow. For the best buy of 56, drive and price a DeSoto before you decide. Here's the winning couple, Groucho, all set for the $1,000 question.
I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you. Think carefully, and please no help from the audience. The richest and best-known gold mine now in operation in the United States is located near Lead, South Dakota. For $1,000, what is the name of this famous mine?
I don't know. I'd have to take a guess. I'm sure I don't know.
Well, you're allowed to do that.
When do I make it?
As soon as the music stops. Okay, what is the answer you two have decided
upon?
upon?
It's a considered guess. It's called Boulder.
No, I'm
sure
sorry.
it's
It's
not
a very famous name, and you'll know it. It's Homestake.
Well, never up, never in. Right?
No, that's right. So that means the big question next week will be worth $1,500. Well, you lost the big money, but they won how much in the quiz, George?
$290.
Congratulations, and thanks
Thank
to
you,
both of you and to all of our contestants on the show tonight. Arrivederci.
Again next Wednesday night at the same time for the Groucho Marx Show, when the big question will be worth $1,500. Don't miss the Chrysler Corporation's big TV show on another network. And don't forget Groucho's television show, brought to you by the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America, who invite you to visit your neighborhood showroom tomorrow to see and drive the delightful, the lovely DeSoto for 1956.
And when you drive in, tell them Groucho sent you. Good night, folks, and remember... It's delightful, it's the lovely, it's DeSoto.
Folks, here's a reminder from the National Safety Council. Tomorrow is Annual Safe Driving Day. Let's all do our part to make driving safer, easier, and more pleasant. Drive carefully. You Bet Your Life, transcribed from Hollywood, is produced by John Goodell. Directed by Robert Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jack Meakin. This is George Fenneman signing off for the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America. You Bet Your Life is heard by our armed forces throughout the world. Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is chair. C-H-A-I-R.
Good, man. Really?
You bet your life. It's Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood and brought to you by the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America, who invite you to see and drive the delightful, the lovely DeSoto for 1956.
The time has come, it's very clear. The car you wanted is really here. It's delightful, it's the lovely, it's DeSoto. You understand, you reasons why. For once you drive it, you want to buy. It's delightful, it's lovely, it's a sort
And now, here he is, the one, the only...
Well, here I'm again with 1,500 smackolas for one of our couples. You know what smackolas are?
Yes, Don.
What?
I imagine it's dollars.
Yeah, in what country, do you know?
Well, that I don't know.
No, I don't either. Who's first, George?
Jacqueline Gorman and Phil Swanson are waiting to talk to you, Groucho. So, folks, you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome for the DeSoto Plymouth dealer. Say the secret word, and you'll divide $100. It's a common word, something you'll find around the house. Jacqueline Gorham, huh? Mm-hmm. Are you related to the Silversmiths? No. You're a pretty cute redhead. I have a weakness for redheads. Also blonde heads and brunette heads. Anything but bald heads. Are you married, Jackie?
Yes, very happily.
You are, huh? Why did you say very happily? Was that a warning to me? Where are you from, Jackie?
I'm a native Californian.
Which part of California were you born?
Well, I was born in the Mojave Desert in a car on the way to the hospital.
Oh. I trust it was the right automobile. This must have been a surprise to your father. All of a sudden, he had two backseat drivers. Has your mother recovered from this experience?
Yes, she was born in a horse and buggy on the way to the hospital.
He was born in a horse and buggy?
Yes.
I don't know which stock your family has been patronizing. That makes two races he's won. What kind of odds do you think you'll get when you have your first one?
Well, my little daughter was born in a car in the San Fernando Valley on the way to the hospital.
Who says there's nothing in heredity? You're Jacqueline Gorham?
That's wrong.
That's wrong?
I'm Phil Swanson.
Oh. You Phil Swanson with what?
With Project Associates.
Oh, I thought that was a simple declarative.
Oh.
Where are you from, Phil?
Athens, Ohio.
Athens, that's in Greece, isn't it?
No, Ohio University in Ohio.
Does anything ever happen in a small town like Athens?
No, not too much. Pretty sleepy town.
Pretty sneaky town?
Sleepy. Quiet.
Oh, sleepy. You'll have to talk louder because my glasses need adjusting. Are you married?
That's right.
No.
I am.
Where'd you meet your wife?
In Athens. We went to school together.
And do you have any little children?
3.
Apparently quite a few things do go on in Athens.
Well, 2 of them were born out here.
In an automobile?
No.
What sort of work do you do, Phil?
I'm a partner with Les Schultz in Project Associates.
Project Associates? That sounds pretty shady. What do you make, Venetian blinds?
No. No, it's kind of hard to...
You know how to make a Venetian blind?
No.
Get them drunk. That's the best That's my subconscious coming to the fore.
Oh. Well, Project
Kiss
Associates...
me, you fool. Where's your husband?
He's home.
He's home?
Babysitting.
Oh, you don't want to kiss me, is that it? Keep applauding, kids. Keep applauding. Huh? Reach up and kiss Phil. Huh? Come on, kiss him.
Okay,
Come on.
No,
later,
no.
will you kiss Fenneman when he comes out? Well, you don't have to explain what your work is, Phil, just so you can explain it to the district attorney. Yeah?
We do advertising.
Explain it anyway, yeah?
We do advertising material.
Isn't he cute, Jack?
Sales meetings.
Isn't he cute?
And,
aren't you sorry you married this fellow?
No.
No?
No.
You do advertising for
That's
Venetian
right.
blinds?
No. Sometimes I think so, but no. It's sales promotion work.
You realize that you have lipstick on the side of your cheek?
So do you.
Yes. Do you want to turn the other cheek for Jackie? Well, explain it anyway, huh?
I've been trying. It's,
Well, I've been trying to listen, but there are so many distractions up here.
right along?
Yes, I wish you would, huh?
Where was I?
You were standing right over there the last time. You've divulged no information that we could conceivably use here.
Displays. We build displays.
Displays?
That's right. And
No,
trade show booths.
Trade shows booths?
Trade show booths.
Oh. Well, I don't get the connection between this and the advertising business.
Well, it's all advertising,
Oh.
sales promotion work.
Well, it's shadier than I thought it is. Well, you were a very nice and cute couple, and I'd like to continue this conversation, but the time has come for you to play You Bet Your Life. Now, we start you off with $100. You miss a question, you lose half your bankroll, and on the answer, we want one answer between. You selected barbershop ballads. These are all old favorites. The orchestra will play them, and I want you to identify them. Remember, the more the questions were, the tougher it is. What is your decision? Would you like this?
100?
100? Well, Dorothy Donnelly and Sigmund Romberg wrote this song for an operetta called My Maryland. Now, let's see if you can identify the song. Play, Jack. You don't know, guess.
Just one walk, or?
No, it's Silver Moon.
Oh.
That's not too easy. I didn't know that either.
$100 isn't too easy.
No,
Well,
it isn't.
you still have half your 100. You have $50.
Now, 90 is slightly easy.
Okay.
I don't want to persuade you.
No.
You
Okay,
better
take
take
it.
150 now.
Okay.
This
$90.
song, all right. This song was first popular at the end of World War I. Now, give me the title of it.
Carolina Moon. No? Try again. What's wrong?
No, it's Beautiful Ohio.
Oh, and you're from Ohio? Bang!
Apparently, you're the only one here that didn't know it. The whole audience knew it.
Well, you now have $25.
Well, don't get discouraged.
Real good here.
Now, do you want 80?
Shall we keep going down till we hit our level? I'd like to know my level. Let's try 80.
Try 80. It's a nice.
I'm not 100.
Well, this ballad was popular over 40 years ago.
Oh.
Now, what is the name of it? Very well known, though. All right, what is it?
Meet me tonight in
That's
Virginia.
right. Meet me tonight in Virginia.
Well, you're back up to $105.
That was 15 years before you were born.
I'm still not at an $80 level.
Well, now you can go for 70. You can go for 60.
70?
70.
70. 60 is a nice...
I'd like to know one of these.
Yeah. Well, I don't think there's much danger of that, but... I don't want to persuade you,
70,
but...
okay.
All right, now... Well, Gus Kahn and Charles Daniels wrote this song. You give me the title of it.
You tell me your dream, I'll tell you my dream.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, I knew it. What level was
They
I?
finally squeezed it out of him. What is the title now?
Well, you tell me your dream.
That's right. I had an awful time getting you to take that. Huh?
And you wind up with $175.
I told you this was crooked, this show. Well, thanks and good luck to the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Bill and Jerry Jr.
It's here now. The quickest, smoothest, easiest method of drive selection ever invented. Revolutionary new push-button driving. And the great new DeSoto for 1956 has it. To put the car in any gear range, just push a button.
Yes, just push a button and away you go. Quickly, smoothly, easily. In your delightful, lovely DeSoto. It's so much fun, and it's safer, too. The push-button drive selector is on your left, out of children's reach. And it's designed so you can't make a mistake. Even if you accidentally push the reverse button while driving full speed ahead, nothing would happen. And here's an added advantage. It's easier to rock out of snow, mud, or sand. Push-button driving is just wonderful. You'll understand the reasons why. For once you drive it, you want to buy. It's delightful. It's the lovely. It's the
And right now, because sales have already doubled, your DeSoto Plymouth dealer is able to offer you a wonderful deal on the new DeSoto. Yes, you can afford to own this big, beautiful, powerful car right now. Tomorrow, price a DeSoto and be convinced. For the best car buy of 56, drive and price a DeSoto before you decide. Well, Groucho, Miss Zora Sweet is waiting to talk to you, and her partner is a very special guest, one of America's really great football players, Mr. Tom Fears of the Los Angeles Rams. So, folks, you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to Bet Your Life. Say the secret word, and you'll get, each will get $50.50. It's a common word you find around the house. Zora Sweet, eh? What a beautiful name that is.
Thank you.
And Tom Fears, eh? Zora, how do you feel appearing in public with one of the great athletes of our time?
I think it's very exciting, Groucho.
Are you accustomed to being in the company of so much muscle?
He is kind of big and strong, isn't he?
Yeah. I wasn't referring to him. I was talking about me. I've got more muscle sewed up in this coat than he has in his whole body. Well, let's pry into your personal life, Tom. Better safe. I don't know. How old are you?
Groucho, I'm 32, but I've been trying to hide this from the National League for a long time.
Oh.
They consider you over the hill at about 28.
They do, huh? Yeah. That isn't true in your case. Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Well, then you are over the hill. Where are you from, Tom?
I'm a native. I was born locally here.
Oh. Well, whereabouts?
Baldwin Hills, Remote Park area.
Outskirts of...
Outskirts of L.A.,
Well, the outskirts of L.A., you know, could be Red Bank, New Jersey.
Well, it was at that time. They were just bean fields out there. Used to fly kites. Now it's practically the middle of town.
Yeah. You grew up in a bean field, huh? No wonder you made first string. Well, you sit on the bench for a while, Tom, while I get acquainted with your partner here, huh? You're Zora Sweet, huh? Have you ever seen Tom play football?
No, as a matter of fact, until just a few minutes ago, I thought he was a baseball player.
Such is fame, Tom, huh? But at least you didn't think he was a racehorse. Are you married?
No.
I'm surprised some eligible young giant didn't grab you off long ago. Pretty tall girl, Zora. How tall are you? Huh?
I'm 5 feet 9.5 in my stocking feet and a little over 6 feet with heels.
Well, how often do you go out with heels? Huh? Most of the heels around Hollywood are around 5 feet 4, I think. You're almost as tall as Zora, Tom. What are your dimensions?
I'm a little taller, Groucho. I'm 6'2", weight 212.
How'd you get started in the pro ranks, Tom? Did you have a lot of college experience?
Yes, I played at Santa Clara in 1941 and 42, and then I was in the service 3 years, and when I came back, I enrolled at UCLA.
Were you All-American?
Yes, 47, Groucho.
What are your plans for the future? Are you going to be a coach?
No,
or
that's
a couple of horses, huh?
That's the farthest thing of my mind, coaching. I'll stay with Shinley Distilleries, who I've been working for 6 years.
Are you with Shinley Distilleries?
Yes.
Well, how much longer do you think you'll be playing professional football?
Well, I'm in my 8th year, and I missed 3 years due to service. That would have been 11, so I'll probably sing my swan song this year, Groucho.
Can you sing it for us now? Why have you lasted so long? Isn't that unusually long for a professional football player?
Say clean living.
Well, let's say that, but actually, what is the reason? Well, let's get on to serious business. Would you both like to get rich?
Love it.
All right, we play You Bet Your Life.
In the race for the $1,500, the first couple won $175, and the secret word is chair.
Well, this is an old-fashioned spelling bee. You get only one chance at the correct spelling and only one answer between you. I want you to spell the word and then pronounce it. Now, you can start with 10, 20, 50, all the way to 100. You're starting on the 50-yard line.
We'll start on the 100. Make a touchdown.
A touchdown. All right. One of you is going to have to spell the word innocuous, meaning harmless, inoffensive, producing no ill effects. You can collaborate on this. Now let's have it for the public.
Innocuous.
Shake hands with her, George.
Darn good. Yeah. You now have $200.
Now, what are you going to go for?
90.
90? Spell the word curriculum, meaning a specified fixed course of study.
Curriculum. Curriculum. Curriculum.
Shake hands with her, George.
You now have $290.
Shake hands with her, Tom.
Please. Hold her up.
You got a lot of money tied up in this dame here. What are you going to go for? 80? Spell the word satellite, meaning an attendant body revolving around a larger one.
Satellite. Sattelite. Satellite.
No.
1 T.
You blew it.
Right.
SATELL. That's a tough one.
Well, you still have half the $290. You have $145.
Now, you can go for 70, or you can slip down to 10 if you want. 70, spell the word rhubarb, meaning a plant, the stalks of which are boiled with sugar and made into pies. Don't kiss her, Tom. Just discuss it.
Rhubarb. RHUBARB.
That is right. That is absolutely right.
And you wind up with $215.
Tom, throw her over your shoulder and take her away. Huh? Thanks and good luck to the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Come on, Tom. Over the shoulder.
We have a high school girl for you, Groucho. She's Arnetta Gorey, and her partner is a special guest, one of the world's foremost calypso singers, Sir Lancelot. So, folks, would you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Say the secret word and divide $101. It is a common word, something you see find around the house. Sir Lancelot, give me 5.
Take it, Groucho.
How are things at the round table, Lancelot? Are you still keeping out the squares?
Yes, doing splendidly, thank you.
Where are you from, Lance?
I'm from Port of Spain, Trinidad, in the British West Indies.
Oh. I was down in Jamaica last month.
Oh.
And Arnetta Gorey? Well, you're a mighty cute looking girl. Good to see you. Now, how old are you, Arnetta?
16.
16, yeah. And what school do you go to?
Thomas Jefferson High School.
Well, aside from your studies, do you have any special interests in school?
Yes. I'm in GA, World Friendship Club, Health Club, and I'm a cheerleader.
Cheerleader?
Oh, yeah.
Well, could you give us a sample of the cheer?
Oh, yeah.
Pretend Jefferson's team is losing and you're going to cheer them on to victory. Now, I'm in the rooting section in one of the cheapest seats. Now, go ahead and tear loose. Huh?
Okay. Victory is our cry. VICTORY. Will we win? Well, all right. Jefferson. Fight.
Oh. And how much did they lose by after this exhibition?
Not a touchdown.
They got a touchdown? No touchdown. Let's get back to you, Lanso. By the way, so Lancelot is that your full name?
No, my real name is Lancelot Victor Edward Pinar.
Oh, you were named after a hair tonic, huh? Now, I'm not too familiar with calypso, Sir Lancelot, but what are some of the subjects you sing about, and how do you get the inspiration for your songs?
Well, in the newspapers, or it might be a personal experience. Like, for instance, some time ago, I had a neighbor who used to come night in and night out, and day in and day out, and rap on my door and borrow this and borrow that and borrow the other. And I thought, by Jove, this is too much trouble. I'm going to do a calypso on her, and I called it Neighbor, Neighbor, Leave My Door.
Oh. Well, I've got a neighbor like that in Beverly Hills. She's always at my back door with a cup in her hand.
Yeah.
And she always wants to borrow the same thing, money. I'd like to hear you try one of these, Lance. Can you make them up on the spur of the moment?
Yes, Groucho, that is the basis of calypso singing. You must be able to make up a song extemporaneously.
Could you make one up about Arnetta?
Oh, yes, of course. I can make up anything.
About Groucho.
Huh?
About Groucho.
About Groucho?
Make up a song about me, and keep in mind that the NBC censor is watching always.
Now, let me see. For instance, you're a comedian?
Well, that's debatable. That's, I mean, that's certainly open to argument.
All right, then you have a mustache. And two, you smoke a cigar.
Yes, well, this is debatable, too, if you've ever smelled this, huh? All right, fire away.
All right. I'd like to sing a little calypso about a famous comedian that we all know. His name is known universally in radios, pictures, and TV. Pum pum pa di da da da. Like Churchill, he enjoys a good cigar, and he drives a magnificent DeSoto car. He's a
Isn't he a prince, huh?
He's a devil with the women. He's a wolf in the parks. This mustachioed Romeo, Groucho Marx.
Well, Lancelot, that was wonderful. You know, you and I would make a great team in vaudeville.
I'm sure of that.
We could call ourselves Calypso and Collapso. Well, it's been a pleasant experience talking to you.
Thank you very much.
And talking about Trinidad. And,
Thank you.
I'm off to Alaska the first thing in the morning. Now the time has come to play You Bet Your Life.
In the race for the $1,500, the second couple is leading with $215.
Now, you selected the biblical quiz, and remember, the more the question is worth, the harder it is. Say, that rhymes. That's like the You selected the biblical quiz, and remember, the more the question is worth, the harder it is. Oh, I bowl. Wonderful. Oh, yeah. I'm off to Trinidad in the morning. I'm off anyhow. I don't know where I'm off. Wow. What are you going to stop at? 10, 50, 80, 100? Any you pick it?
What do you
pick it? You pick it.
30?
This is about the Bible.
30, we'll start at 30.
What body of water parted to allow Moses and the Israelites to flee from Egypt? What body of water?
The Red Sea.
It was absolutely the Red Sea, yeah?
Now I have $130.
What are you going to go for now?
60?
20?
60.
60. What biblical figure lived 969 years?
Methuselah?
Methuselah is right.
Now I have $190.
Now what do you want to go for?
Let's say 50.
50?
Yeah, 50.
What characteristic do you associate with Ananias? A-N-A-N-I-A-S. Ananias.
Characteristic.
What characteristic? What was he? Always doing.
What is he always there? Was he preaching?
No, I'm sorry. He's lying. He's the biggest liar in the whole world. Now, here's your last chance to be the other couple.
You have $95.
You have $95.
Let's take 40.
40? What man in the Bible is associated with patience and suffering?
Job.
Job is right.
And you wind up with $135.
Well, thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers.
Thank you.
And that means that Miss Sweet and Tom Fears with $215 in just 1 minute get the chance at the $1,500 question. If you haven't driven the delightful, lovely DeSoto for 1956, there's a real thrill waiting for you at your DeSoto Plymouth dealer. Drop in and test drive the great new DeSoto. Once you drive it, you'll know the new DeSoto has everything you want for thrilling driving, everything you need for safer driving in this super highway age. Sensational push-button driving puts DeSoto far in advance of any other medium-priced car. DeSoto's great new high-compression V8 engines develop up to 255 horsepower, giving you tremendous reserve power and lightning acceleration for safer driving, safer passing. It really is delightful to drive. And DeSoto's magnificent flight sweep styling makes it truly lovely to see. What's more, your DeSoto Plymouth dealer can offer you a terrific deal if you see him right now. Right now, he can give you a terrific deal on your new DeSoto because DeSoto's sales have already doubled this year. See your DeSoto Plymouth dealer tomorrow for the best buy of 56. Drive and price a DeSoto before you decide.
You'll understand the reasons why. For once you drive it, you'll want to buy. It's delightful, it's the lovely, it's DeSoto.
Here's the winning couple, Groucho. Miss Sweet and Tom Fears, all set for the $1,500 question.
Well, are you nervous?
No, not a bit.
Not a bit. You right by the water bucket? All right, here we
Then
go.
to substitute in.
$1,500. Wouldn't it be great if you could send somebody in there?
Someone knew the
Like
answer.
Robert Hutchins or somebody. I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you, so think carefully and please no help from the audience. Here it is. Only one American poet has won the Pulitzer Prize 4 times. His poems are drawn from New England rural life. For $1,500, who is this famous American poet? What is the answer you two have decided upon?
Walt Whitman?
No, it's Robert Frost. That was a pretty cold question, but it means the big question next week will be worth $2,000. Well, they lost the big money, but how much they win, George?
Went to $215 in
Well,
the quiz.
that's not too bad. Congratulations, and thanks to both of you and
Thank
to
you
all of
very
our
much.
contestants on the show tonight.
Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at the same time for the Groucho Marx Show, when the big question will be worth $2,000. Don't miss the Chrysler Corporation's big TV show on another network. And don't forget Groucho's television show, brought to you by the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America, who invite you to visit your neighborhood showroom tomorrow to see and drive the delightful, the lovely DeSoto for 1956.
And when you drive in, tell them Groucho sent you. Good night, folks, and remember, it's delightful, it's the lovely, it's DeSoto.
Folks, here's a reminder from the National Safety Council. When driving, keep a sharp lookout for children at all times, but especially around school zones, playgrounds, and other places where children congregate. You Bet Your Life, transcribed from Hollywood, is produced by John Goodell, directed by Robert Dwan and Bernie Smith, music by Jack Meakin. This is George Fenman signing off for the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America. You Bet Your Life is heard by our armed forces throughout the world.